It is Friday, which means it's the weekend, which means I am happy. Welcome, everybody. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community. Thank you very much for joining us. This is podcast number 244. As always, I'm joined by Mr. McSpicy.
Hello.
Jordan the Man.
Hi.
And myself, I'm X1. How you doing? Welcome back to another fantastic week of gaming and all kinds of who-dads.
The who-dad and the do-dads.
The who-dads on the do-dads.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long... Dude, this week for me, it's a long week, so I've been looking forward to this show.
Pretty tough week for me, too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Like why?
I think you know why.
Oh, you know why?
Yeah.
Why don't I know why?
For me, it's just busy at work.
That's like what you always say.
Yeah,
I'm already bored of that.
I don't believe you anymore.
I really don't believe you.
I have jumped back into Minecraft, though.
You were saying that,
Yes. Let me tell you, there are like skyscrapers in there now, literally. Like, you remember the condos that I built in Minecraft, right?
Oh yeah, the
Well,
Bellagio.
I didn't build them. I started them, and then everyone else built it for me, or helped me, anyways. The Bellagio, yeah, that's like nothing. Like literally, the Twin Towers are in, or the new Twin Tower, whatever tower replaced the Twin Towers, like the giant one, like the Dubai Tower is friggin' in our Minecraft realm, and it's amazing.
We have a Dubai Tower now in
Yeah.
New York.
Oh, let me tell you.
We do really? I haven't been there in years, so I don't know.
I don't know if it's in New York, but it's in Minecraft.
Well,
It's on
I
our
would
realm.
guess the Dubai Tower is in Dubai.
No, that one's in Dubai, but we built like a bigger tower than the Twin Towers.
I actually like that scene from Mission Impossible. Where
Yeah,
he's
when he's on
hanging
the-
on the
yeah.
Dubai Tower.
With like the suction cups. Do you think that really works? I've thought about that.
You want to try it?
He was really hanging off the side
Well,
of
here's
it.
the thing: is your grip strong enough to like and hold all your weight? At
No,
the
he
same
had
time?
gloves in that one. In the
Oh.
first Mission Impossible, he had the little toilet suction doodads.
Yeah,
And he did struggle with it.
And he
Those-
struggled. Well, his veins when he was going up that like,
you know how strong you have to be to do that.
you have to be Tom
Have
Cruise
you ever
strong.
done a pull up? I can do like 3. I would die immediately.
Didn't he have shoes?
But
in
I can.
the-
Yeah, if you have shoes, if you have something that like,
Shoot, what do you mean? Like he's standing up on something else doing a pull up? I do that all the time.
I could do that.
That's just
I'm
called
really good.
standing
I'm
up.
really good at those.
I stand up every day, for the most part. I think there's a good chance I do it every day. I don't know.
I stand up.
I haven't done the math.
most days. Yes. Jordan, what have you played? You were looking up Kingdom Hearts videos
On the toilet.
on the toilet.
Yeah, with the lid down. But
Inside joke for everyone. Before the show, we had a huge discussion on the standardization of toilet lids, and we have pros and cons.
Yeah.
And David is pro toilet.
I'm pro toilet lid.
And Jordan, you are anti
lid.
lid. And I
Makes no sense.
And I want to.
Jordan's anti-progress.
Anti-progress on toilet lids. And I want to have the Game of Thrones toilet. I just want to sit on some swords, dangle my legs down, and feel like a king.
Yeah. No, you cannot play the Switch without the lid on the toilet.
I'm just
Wait,
saying.
you can't?
No, you can't. No.
All I want is the lid built in. Like there's no no hinge. It's just
Yeah, it's
one.
called a urinal.
That's what I want.
We'll get a urinal.
Well, can you
then.
get a sit down urinal?
No.
Get a urinal.
Actually,
and,
you could. That'd be cool.
And a mini fridge in the
Get
bathroom.
a
and you're
urinal.
good.
Could that work? Let's see. Because urinals sometimes are pretty high up on the wall. Get like a bar stool. You could sit on at the urinal.
Wait,
Like
what?
A bar stool
Hey,
urinal.
what's the code for like urinal
bar-
height? Do you think like there's
you
a
think
city
they're like-
ordinance?
No, there's probably like the average person, the average man.
The average man.
Yeah, height-wise. I mean, talking.
Have you been in an elementary lately and had to use the bathroom?
No, I haven't.
No, I've been
It
to my
really
kids.
is like
No, I haven't.
it really is like Billy Madison. You know how he was like struggling. I back then they were like massive, and I was
Yeah.
Nowadays it's like you have to kneel down.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Terrible.
Just put a hole in the floor.
Yeah. So you want one of those? Well, an adult size
An
version
adult-sized one
of
yeah.
a urinal.
No lid. Oh yeah.
You should have those in like every room of the house. That's actually really convenient.
Yeah, no, I think
Urinals are messy, though. You always get some splashback on the urinal.
You get splashback wherever you go.
Not on the toilet, man.
Yeah, you do.
No,
I know.
way.
There's been studies. There has been
No,
studies.
I don't think you get splashback on the toilet.
No, you do.
Like, especially if you're sitting
100%
back.
guaranteed.
Oh, no.
If you, never mind.
I mean, you get splashback when you blow it up. Of course, I mean.
Well, naturally.
It's like the force of nature there. It's like, bombs going off. But standing, peeing into the toilet, there's no splashback.
No, there is.
There can't
100%.
be. If there's a lot of
Sitting
force.
peen, there's definitely no splashback.
Grab a UV light and go to your bathroom.
I think if there's a lot of force behind it, it can.
Yeah, it depends on how masculine you are. With me, oh my gosh, it's a war zone. It's ground zero, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
The urinal though. No, I just gotta say this. I think this is a good tip for everybody. If to avoid the splashback on the urinal, if you aim right for the cake, it like absorbs it all. It really does. Just so you know.
But it's good target practice. So,
it
it really is. It's neat.
So
It's just neat.
Okay, let's move on. So I play a lot of Minecraft and Red Dead Redemption. You guys play any new games this week?
I played old games that seem new.
What game is that?
I played Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh, dude! So I've been thinking of getting back. They announced the DLC.
Elsweyr.
Dragons are coming to ESO.
Yeah.
It makes me want to get. I think ESO is the best MMO on consoles right now, and even after Black Desert comes out online in March, it might be the best MMO on consoles. After that, that one will be wait and see. But ESO. They've just taken their time, and they've progressed everything. It slowly progresses.
It's fun, and we'll talk about it later. But no, it's a good time.
So no, go ahead, talk about it now.
I give you permission to talk about it now.
I mean, I just don't want to take away all my news stories.
That's okay. Well, there's other news stories.
It sounds like he has reservations on telling the story now.
Oh yeah. Jeez. So what did you do in ESO?
I just leveled up because I got rid of my old character.
Wait, you deleted it?
Yeah.
All that work? Didn't you have like that cool fire horse too?
No, well that stays. That's all account bound.
Oh, then
you do.
Then I'm going to delete all mine too. Why not?
No, I started a new character, new class, and everything like that.
What class?
Templar.
Yeah,
because it's similar to a paladin. I usually always play.
What were you before?
I fight for truth.
Did you ever buy any houses? Because they have player housing.
No, I haven't yet. I'm just trying to level up. I'm in Somerset
right
now.
So after I've been away from a MMO for a while, and this is why ESO has really just tickled my fancy lately, and I've really debated on getting back into it. When you're away from MMO for a while, you get in and you have this character and you have these abilities and you have these all this inventory, and I no longer know what any of it does.
Yeah,
it's frustrating. Any quick tips? Any tips on, or did you just start a new character like you did?
No.
so no tips. Well, thanks.
I have 0 tips. I just started a new character. That's
spicy. Do you know what I mean though? Like, when you go back to something that you haven't played. Guild Wars 2, I went back to probably about a year ago. I went back to it and I had no idea. No idea about my character.
It's just
anymore.
like with anything, you gotta take that first 20-30 minutes to reacquaint yourself with it. Read all.
You know what they should have like previously on ESO, but like just highlights of my character.
They should totally.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that should be the new like game DVR.
Yeah,
new standard.
Something. But no, it's really frustrating. It kind of prevents me from going back sometimes.
Previously, you'd still be confused. I mean, imagine if they had like a previously Diablo. You know, you've started like 15 Diablo characters because of this reason, because you play for a week and then you don't play for
months,
and then you forget all your abilities.
I don't remember how these abilities work together. Let's just start over.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
Well,
with
that's
ESO.
why that's why you just got to take the. I mean, as you play, it'll kind of come back to you.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just got.
I
You just got to take that time to reacquaint yourself.
I'm terrible at The Witcher now. Like, I can't fight those griffins worth a dang.
So okay, when you
go
back
to fight the hags,
when you go back into The Witcher, because Witcher's
those
a
hags
case.
are terrifying.
Yeah, The Witcher's a case where you do have inventory and you do have different abilities that can combine in fighting things. That's frustrating to me because I forget there needs to be a way. Like Beast 420 in Sat says, games should make notes. Would let you make notes so that you could remind yourself when you come back.
They have those. It's called like either a codex or
the compendium,
yeah,
or a
true.
journal.
Okay, fair point.
And there's a huge one in The Witcher. It's massive. I mean, what are grimoire cards? Right?
Yeah.
Well, that has nothing to do with actual gameplay, though.
No.
And that one's easy. Destiny's easy. You point the gun and you shoot the gun.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you pull out the bigger gun.
No, guns are easy. Like guns, I'm not worried about guns. And guns, Destiny, it takes me 2 seconds to figure out what abilities I have, just because there's not so much. But ESO, especially in high fantasy, when there's so much items, so much equipment, I don't know what this weird alien-looking carcass does that I've saved. I think I had a reason to save it before.
I think they do this on purpose, though, because they want you to play your game. They want you to get addicted
you do
to
have
game.
to play your game. Oh, ESO is just doing it right for me. Did you see Black Desert Online?
The new mode.
The new mode?
Yeah.
I was watching people play it today. What is it called? It's called Fire. No, it's called Secret. Dang it. I don't remember what it's called. I'll look it up. But it's Battle Royale, MMO style.
Uh-huh.
You start out as a spirit, then you get to pick your class, and then you just go, and it's 50 players, last man standing.
On your news, on the news that you said you could be a wizard. Are there more classes? I haven't played this
You
yet.
said you could
There's
be a
three.
wizard.
There's 3 classes.
You told me I could be a wizard.
I think right now there's.
Are you lying?
No, I think right now there's 3 or 4 classes that you could do.
Okay. Well,
One of them is a wizard.
I sure
not
hope
all,
so.
not all of the classes are unlocked, but there's like 3 or 4. Yeah, witch and wizard are like the most common characters to start with because they're the easiest to grind.
Yeah.
So those
Shadow
two definitely
Arena.
can be Shadow Arena. There it is. Yeah, Shadow Arena, Black Desert Online, Shadow Arena. So do you think Battle Royale in an MMO works, Jordan?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it works just regardless. I mean, Ace Combat has a battle royale.
Does it?
Yeah, there's planes, and the sky gets smaller and smaller, and it forces all the planes.
In the new Ace Combat, the Ace Combat 7?
Yeah, and I think in the old
That's
one, too.
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I want to buy the game just for that mode, actually.
I want to buy that game because someone in Discord posted
Notified.
the Thrustmaster.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Thrustmaster?
There was a whole booth at E3, remember?
Oh my gosh!
Hey guys,
Did you buy a Thrustmaster?
I am the proud owner of a Thrustmaster.
You did.
Yeah. I own a Thrustmaster.
I want
Does
one
it work
so
on
bad.
the Xbox?
It works. Yeah, it's made
Oh,
for the
yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah, it has
good.
all the buttons, like the buttons on the Xbox
Yeah, that makes it
controller.
fun. So you got the joystick and
It's
the thrust.
it's the Thrustmaster Hoda 1 for
Wait,
the Xbox
do you have
One.
Ace Combat?
No, not yet, but I will be purchasing it because it doesn't
It works-
arrive. I checked if it was like at Best Buy, it sold out. GameStop sold out.
How much was it?
$70.
What, for a Thrustmaster?
Yeah, for a Thrustmaster. Not to be
Sorry,
mistaken with the Thighmaster. It's the Thrustmaster.
It's the Thrust. I will buy anything called a Thrustmaster.
Yeah.
Especially for $70.
It's almost guaranteed to have a good time, no matter what it is. Right?
Actually, the first time I got into Ace Combat, I think was Ace Combat 5, and it's because I had the joysticks with it.
So I'm really
Makes
getting
it way
into
fun.
because of this and Ace Combat 7 and it's Mellified in chat. That's really and Stuart as well in Discord in our Discord channel.
It was,
there.
okay, yeah. Sorry,
Stuart and
I didn't
Mellified have
remember their names.
they're really into. Stuart has used it for Elite Dangerous, so now I'm really downloaded Elite Dangerous.
That's actually why I want it. Is Elite Dangerous?
But you can get a $400 joystick. That's the it's also by Thrustmaster, but it's the Warthog, the Thrustmaster Warthog. It's like a real cockpit replica. It's heavy metal. It's got the switches, like those metal switches that stick out. You go tick, tick, tick. Like on the thrust side, you go tick, tick. Missiles locked. Boop, up. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I want that
Which
so
one do you
bad.
have, David?
The the Thrustmaster Hoda 1. That's it right there.
Okay. Does it separate the...
Yeah, it separates.
okay.
If you want it to separate. It's the same as that one. It's just for Xbox.
Yeah, but does it separate?
Yeah, it separates.
Okay, good.
They
I
all
like mine.
separate.
I like it wide.
No, like
I actually
it
think I'll keep
unhooks.
mine together. I've been watching people. A lot of people. I keep mine together. I'll keep mine together on the desk.
I'm not
it's-
going to.
yeah,
I'm,
I like
I'm
it.
going to post it onto my chair handles, so I feel like I'm actually in the cockpit.
I'm going to have the exact same distance that Maverick had in his aircraft.
You're gonna go and simulate it.
Yeah.
Dude, Ace Combat's been getting good reviews though.
Dude, it looks awesome. The last Ace Combat I played was 5, and it was the first and last one I played.
So
it was great.
The thrust. I'll let you use my Thrustmaster if you buy Ace Combat 7.
Okay. I'll probably just go get my own Thrustmaster.
Dang
I'm
it.
sure I can find it. I bet you Walmart has like.
Well,
an
so here's the
off-brand.
thing. I didn't check Best Buy because I didn't go to Best Buy, but Best Buy online was like sold out. So
They
I
lie.
figured that means that in the store it's sold out too.
Did you
right?
click the correct store?
Yeah, I did. No, I went in Utah. There was none left in the state of Utah.
Well, I mean, it is the
This is the
Thrustmaster.
Thrustmaster.
I mean, I wouldn't blame people.
Our
for
next
buying this.
podcast should be called Thrustmasters. I don't know what is a podcast.
What would we talk
podcast
about?
of working out or something. It's an exercise podcast
CrossFit.
called Thrustmasters. Oh,
Oh, that looks so awesome. Oh man, wait, where did you buy it from?
Did you see
got
the
it from Best Buy?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Thrustmaster.
Well, now it's not going to be.
Look at
shipped
Oh,
to
this
you.
one is like the Ace Combat 7 edition.
Yeah, look up the Thrustmaster. It's called the Thrustmaster Warthog.
Thrustmaster
This thing will
War.
blow your mind. Anyways, I've been really getting into this and looking at people play. Whoa, peripherals, right? Takes gaming to a whole new level. I haven't had a joystick. I had a joystick in high school because I was really into Microsoft Flight Simulator. It was like one of my favorite games. Used to want to be a pilot, but that was the last time, and that was just a dinky compared to what there is
Wow.
now. Check that thing out, man. Full metal. Look at those switches. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
And you see,
Yeah,
it all
that-
lights
Flares.
up.
So-
It all lights up.
Flares.
It all lights up. This has it's a replica of like a F-18 or something like that
Yeah,
that they just
that's
took from
pretty
the Air
cool.
Force.
And what's interesting? So last week, we were talking about VR.
Yeah.
And I asked people to send me, some games that they appreciate with VR. Makana he linked me some VR footage of I believe it's Ace Combat.
Oh yeah, Ace Combat actually has the PlayStation,
PlayStation
version
VR,
has 4 levels that are in.
It actually looked pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I think VR is meant for cockpit thrustmasting.
Oh yeah. Cockpit thrustmasting. The only kind of thrustmasting. The thrustmastering. Here's thrustmastering all over the place.
It looked glorious and terrifying at the same time.
So we actually have a question. Since we're on the topic, we might as well. The question comes from Reckham. Reckham says, what are your opinions on limited use and expensive gaming peripherals like racing wheels and flight sticks? Worth it? I really think Forza would be so much fun with the racing wheel, but they're pricey for something that I ultimately can only use for a few games. Do they improve the experience enough to justify the cost? Short answer, I don't know because I've yet to use one, but I have one ordered, so next week I'll know. However, I am very excited. It caused me to start looking up games again, like Elite Dangerous, and to really get into that. Even a game like No Man's Sky, you could use the joystick on and thrustmaster.
Thrustmaster yourself.
You can thrustmast it up. But then flight simulators, race wheels. You're right, though. It is only useful in very specific certain games. I think the question comes, how much do you play those games? And if you play them enough, then I do think the price is justified. The prices are getting cheaper. Like this is on sale for $79 and $69 everywhere.
But I think this is a lot cheaper than like a steering wheel.
Yeah, steering wheel.
Steering
wheel, a decent one I think is like $150 at least.
I get like hangups in my life every about 3 months, and then I go to Amazon and look up steering wheels for Forza. And I'm right here with Reckham. It's the cost is just too much for the cock or the steering wheel stuff for Forza.
Yeah.
$70 I can do.
I think there are some steering wheels that are that price, but are they good? Like that's the thing with a racing one. I feel like a joystick is a lot harder to mess up than a steering wheel. Like a steering wheel, I need that. You know, like when the wheel goes back to the center or like there's some resistance, I need that in a steering wheel, right?
Yeah.
And you got to remember, steering wheels comes with pedals. This is all one device up top, so the pedals make it more expensive, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, and then I always go, okay, if this is the cheap version, what's the most expensive version? And then I ultimately want that version instead because it's like the greatest. I would feel like I'm on the Enterprise kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah. Well, now they have chairs and everything.
Yeah.
Even for flight games, they have chairs built for like you drill your joysticks in, like, and they're permanent.
Well, yeah, some of the
chairs.
greatest VR setups I've ever seen was for Elite Dangerous, probably with the Thrustmaster 3000. I don't know what version it was, but they had the throttle and all that stuff, and it was in the exact same place as where they're looking in their VR.
So, unfortunately, for having looked into this, especially with Ace Combat 7 coming out, you can only use on the Xbox One right now the Thrustmaster Hoda 1 because
this one
it's built for the Xbox. It's approved for the Xbox. It's because I wanted the Warthog. I was ready to drop $400 on the Warthog, guys. I was that like.
That's pretty cool. Well,
but it doesn't work. At least I couldn't find anywhere that anybody had used it for. Everyone said just this one works for Xbox.
Well, do you think with the new controller that came out last year, the accessory controller with the big buttons and you can totally customize it?
Yeah.
And then now with mouse and keyboard support, do you think like specialized thrustmastering is a thing of the past now? Do you think we're going to be able to use the Warthog version?
No, I think, if they're opening up to mouse and keyboard, why not plug and play everything else?
Right?
It works on it. It's built for a PC. It's just USB that you put in.
And the Xbox
and you button map it just like you would any other controller.
The Xbox accessory app has the customizable mapping options.
Yeah.
You could probably just say, whatever button this is, pull the trigger, change that to...
Well, that's why I would be curious. I don't understand why they don't work, and maybe it has something to do with drivers or something, that the Xbox doesn't read those drivers.
Yeah, I forgot about the actual
technical. Download driver, yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably the thing. But regardless, I think it's worth it. Reckham, so Spicy, you agree with Reckham? You think the price...
That's always what stopped me
on
before.
a limited thing?
Yeah.
Jordan, how about you?
No, yeah, price. I mean, if it's under $100, I'm there.
Well, $70.
That's what I'm saying.
I could do $70.
Also, it's downloaded on your Xbox right now.
Yes! So I tried to get it because I have Monday off because it's a holiday. And I wanted to play. It doesn't come till... My Thrustmaster doesn't come till Tuesday. Unless you guys
I'm playing it tonight.
Unless we run to Best Buy or Walmart. Does Walmart have them?
I don't know.
We could run and see if they have it still.
Why not?
Just right here in the middle of the show?
Just purchase it. You just take a mic
Take a mic
They're
with
like
us.
wireless mics.
I
And here we
actually
are
have one.
at
We can bring this
Walmart.
Here we are outside.
Outside of Walmart.
Yeah.
Anyways. All right, should we get this show? Oh, wait. Hold on. Before we get this show on the road. Guys, if you haven't yet, Gamer Daily News. If you haven't checked out the new show, it's daily gaming news in under 10 minutes. That's Gamer Daily News, gamerdailynews.com. Head over there. Head over to the website. Thank you, everybody who has supported us, who has downloaded and subscribed and rated and reviewed us over on iTunes. If you haven't yet, go check it out. I promise you will like it. That's all. I
listen to David while I'm in the shower every morning.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
It's super hot.
That makes me feel really close to you.
Oh,
right now.
Well, how do you think I feel?
So as Gamer Daily News, I know you're a little bit biased, McSpicy, but your opinion still matters. Has Gamer Daily News made it into your rotation?
Yeah, it has actually. My shower rotation. And how dare you? I don't even know. I don't know what you said, but it sounded offensive.
George just started laughing. I think that's what made it sound offensive.
Yeah. I'm not going to Best Buy with you anymore. No, it's a good show.
Anyways, Gamer Daily News, gamerdailynews.com. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We're on everywhere you can find a podcast. Go check us out. However, if you haven't yet, please go rate, rank, review us, and subscribe to us on iTunes because it really helps the ratings. And if you haven't done that for XoneBros, then what's wrong with you? Go over there and do that for XoneBros as well. With that, let's get the show on the road. Jordan, tell us what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week.
A lot.
You're on the pay page for.
Yeah,
Microsoft.
well, he just bought a game for you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you.
What
I mean, I wouldn't complain if he bought
Hey, thank you. You buy the game, I buy the Thrustmaster. Together we're unstoppable.
That's how we work.
You bring the game, I'll bring the Thrustmaster. We'll see what happens.
Dude, hey, we all should get the game because it's air combat.
Yeah, Battle Royale.
Team. And it's team air
We all should
combat.
get the game
Okay,
because
okay.
it's air combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
First news story.
Yeah, but I'm Maverick, though.
Okay, but check this out. Ace Combat
I'm
5.
Viper.
The reason
I'm Viper. I'm the one that I'm like the retired guy that's
Okay, you can
awesome.
be Viper.
The
I'm
reason
Viper.
I loved Ace Combat 5 so much is because, now get this, imagine Final Fantasy mixed with Top Gun.
Yeah, and it's in a makeup world, but it's Japanese hardcore storylines.
What is this?
So
Is
Ace
this
Combat
Combat?
7.
This is
Ace
the-
Combat,
yeah, this
yeah.
is
Ace
Ace
Combat
Combat.
So
7.
modern planes that are like legit with a Final Fantasy storyline.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll go to the
Yeah,
pay page.
and Battle Royale in the sky.
Well, I'm going to need a Thrustmaster, too. This is going to be an expensive evening.
While Mark is getting his...
His Thrustmaster. His Thrustmastering all over the place over there.
That's terrifying.
Anthem.
Ace Combat 7. Feel the rush of superior air power.
Oh.
with the Thrustmaster.
With the Thrustmaster.
So, all right, one of the biggest news stories of this week is Anthem.
Yes.
So, first thing first is Anthem VIP demo. Oh, you get this demo if you pre-ordered or are a member of EA Access. The demo is available on Xbox One on January 27th, which is just a little bit
Just
away.
a little bit away. A week
And
away.
check this out. If you are in the demo,
Yes.
you get 3
Great.
invites.
3 friend invites.
So
Are we in the demo? Did you pre-order?
Well, I just sign up for EA Access for $5 and I get it.
Oh, I have EA
And then I'll
access.
pre-order it and it'll equal out to be $59,
Wait,
so I'll end up saving $1.
Wait, I have EA access.
Oh, then we should automatically have it.
Boom.
Because if you're an EA Access member or Origin Access, if you want to play it on the PC,
Oh, okay.
shabam.
Yeah, so the other thing is Anthem came out with a gameplay video, Series 1 video. So they're going to do a series that looks like of all of their gameplay videos. Next, they're going to talk Endgame, which is really interesting. However, in this first gameplay video, I'm not going to lie, if you haven't watched it yet, go check it out. Just type Anthem gameplay, and it'll be gameplay series video 1. Give it a watch. But, well, I told you guys last week, we talked about this last week. I said, here's my game plan going forward. I'm going to get into Metro. Anthem will be a game that I just jump in and out of with you guys. It'll be my own multiplayer game. But I wasn't really taking it serious because I was like, Black Desert Online is going to be my MMO.
You said that last show, and I was confused.
Yeah.
Because
And then I
that's-
watched
that's-
this
that's
game.
crazy talk.
And then I watched this Anthem gameplay, and holy crap. Like, it looks so good. I'm
Yeah.
just worried the hype is just hype and will be disappointing.
How when you
But when
see
we
that?
watch that,
Yeah.
oh, it looks so good. So they show off the javelins in this video, and they show off. And for those of you watching live on Mixer,
gonna show it along with
we're
you.
playing the video right now for you. But they show off all of the different javelins. They show off how you work together as a team. They show off what kind of equipment you have. You've got team support equipment. You got grenades. You got rockets. You got power. They have like power components on there as well. Looks so good, but it looks so detailed. And the battles and the fighting. I said it on the Daily News. It's like an Iron Man fan's wet dream.
Yeah.
It really is. So out of all those classes, the class that they have is Inceptor, which is like, Inceptor is like
Genji.
Like a Genji.
It is the Genji.
It's get in. It's fast.
I need healing.
It gets in. It does a bunch of
healing.
does a bunch of damage, distracts you, and then gets out. They've got the Colossus, which I think I'm going to be the Colossus.
Every team needs a brute.
The Colossus. I just go in and do damage, and I got lots of defensive damage.
I might be getting a little ahead of myself here, but I love that the Colossus has a taunt.
Oh yeah,
did
like
say
an
it.
actual taunt.
They
Where
said
all
it.
look at
It
you.
can drag people too.
They
Yeah,
did
the
say
taunt.
it. They
said it.
Said it.
The video said it.
Then there's the Ranger, which has this fire missile ability that they keep
It's
showing
actually
off
the one that just
looks
dropped
great.
on screen right now.
Yeah, and a Ranger is exactly what it sounds like, a Ranger. I mean, ranged battling. And then they have the Storm. So I'm definitely all in on the Colossus. This made me super excited for the Colossus. McSpicy, what javelin do you think you'd be? You're going to be
the one that is Magneto and is a glass cannon.
Storm.
Yeah,
That is
yes.
Storm.
I'm totally that guy.
Storm is the DPS character.
I'm gonna be. I just did 90% damage and I'm dead. You know, like the guy's almost dead, but I'm dead. But you guys can finish him off. I want to be the glass cannon. I love glass cannon, range glass cannon characters, and Eddie floats around like frickin' Magneto.
He does.
freaking frack.
That's the greatest thing I've seen in a long time. I'm happy. That's what I'm gonna be. No question.
Dude. How about you, Jordan?
I don't know. They're
See, if I'm
all,
a Colossus and Spicy Storm,
I mean, I can be the Ranger, the jack of all
do
trades.
you want to be the Ranger? Or would you
Yeah,
rather be
I
the
honestly-
Who do you
Inceptor?
want to be?
I honestly
be a
think
Colossus if
No,
you
no,
want
I'm
to.
telling you, I honestly
We can
think
have
they
two
all
Colossus.
look fun. And the nice part about this game is you can actually play and level all of them under one because it's just your
Well,
javelin.
not only that,
your
but you can
character's
take, let's
the
say
same.
you can also have like 4 different Rangers.
with different loadouts
and make them different loadouts. In the example, in the trailer that they showed, he has a Ranger, and he's like, I'm going to use my team Ranger. Right, this is built for team based combat. So cool, really cool stuff. Anyways, moral of the story: I am super excited for this game now. Like this game made me feel like I haven't felt in a little bit about it.
So we're looking at some of like the UI choices. I don't necessarily like how much the UI is covering slants on the screen.
Yeah.
But that's such a nitpicky thing. Other than that, I'm super excited about it. Do you know what really kind of catches my attention is how heavy things are feel like when you jump off of the cliff and then your rockets go on. It goes. You feel like a crunch, and when your things hit,
Oh yeah, the
your
screen
missiles
shake and
it
everything.
just feel when you land. It just feels heavy. Like the first time in Iron Man 1 when he lands in the middle of that
On his
village.
knee, on one knee.
And it goes crunch,
And then he looks
tink,
up.
and it just feels heavy. The gameplay feels heavy, which makes you feel like you're inside of it. You know, it's way more immersive when you're like, whoa, oh yeah, that was a big hit, you know, kind of thing. It just looks really good.
They showed off some weapons. Now the weapons are cool, but the weapon designs are cool. Now whether you can customize those yourself, I don't know. But the way that sniper looked with like the red or the black and yellow and the design of it,
Yeah.
they can be as creative as they want. They can rival Destiny in style.
They can. So that's one thing I think, Jordan, you mentioned this there's something that they say at the very end of the trailer that stood out to me, and I'm glad
Yeah.
that you caught on to it too. Do you want to?
Yeah, well, so at the end of the trailer, the guy, he's like, "Hey, thanks for watching. Tune into our next trailer." And the next trailer, they're going to talk about. I think they're going to talk about more about free roam, where
Sure.
you can find a lot of your, random quests, run into random players, or find, or invite your friends and stuff like that. They said they were going to talk about strongholds, which I
Yeah.
can't tell.
Like
if-
our raids, almost mini.
Well, that's what I
raids?
can't tell.
Strike
Are
missions,
strongholds dungeons or raids? You know what I mean? And then they specifically said we are also going to talk about our massive end game.
Massive, and it was the word massive, and just the way they presented that really stood out to me. That end game is what these games are all about. I think they've paid attention to what complaints are of these types of games, and end game. They're at least marketing it correctly.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It seemed like a very specific.
They're bringing
sentence.
the hype.
They're bringing the hype. Amen. So Polka Fraud wrote in, and Polka Fraud wanted to know, this is what he said. He said, so excited, and I probably got ahead of ourselves in our discussion, but he said, so excited to play Anthem in the coming weeks. In what order will you choose your javelins and why? He says, my choice is Interceptor first for close-up melee, Ranger for DPS, Colossus to tank it up, and then last but not least, Storm for ranged attack. Love the Gamer Daily podcast. One of the highlights of my day. Thanks for being so awesome. So in order, I'm doing Colossus number 1. Mm-hmm. Then I think the Ranger, then Interceptor, and then Storm last for me. And it's because I really like the idea of just, you know me, I like to run in. Tank. And with Colossus, I can just run in.
Yeah.
And just take the damage.
I'm gonna say what I know it is. So the wizard, range.
Yeah.
The glass cannon.
Storm.
Yeah, Storm. Then the Ranger is my second favorite.
You like you like everything ranged, and the sniping, the sniper rifle that they showed off on the trailer looked amazing.
Yeah. Then the Genji. I've never been good at tanking. I don't have the patience for it. Never been good. Is the Genji? So are there?
The Genji's the interceptor.
Interceptor. Yeah. I just say it as I hear it. You never see it. The Genji, the Magneto, and all that other stuff. So,
Jordan, how about you? What's your
I'm probably going to do the Ranger first, and then from that point, I mean,
sky's the limit.
Right?
Doesn't matter.
So, you know what else this video confirmed?
Yeah.
Dragons.
Dragon-like creatures.
Which, I think it should just be a standard to add dragons into your game.
I think it's a good formula.
Yeah. Also, there was something really cool that I thought of that I was going to say, but now I completely forgot.
Oh, well, it must not been that cool.
Yeah, it was about Anthem. It was
NK Woa left some embers in chat here. Thank you very much, NK Woa. He says, Anthem is so hyped, makes me so hyped, not as hyped as this show, dude. After this trailer...
Almost as hyped as this show.
Almost as much. Yeah. Sorry. After this trailer, I think I'm rehyped for Anthem. Yeah. I was waning there, clearly.
Well, you know what's cool is we'll see in the next video how they explain everything. But I mean, with the class system or the javelin system, they can add more. You know what I mean? Add more javelins through. I mean, they can really take this game the distance.
Well, from what we were looking at and the stats we were seeing on each individual section of the suit, there's a lot of min-maxing.
Which I like.
A lot of min-maxing grinding that you can do.
What else I noticed is we got to see the actual map. Now, we didn't really get to see the full size of it. Who knows how big it is or not. But I was worried for a little while that it was going to be like an instance-based game. Like, you go into an instance and you're fine. But from how they were scrolling on the map, it looked like one big universal open world.
It really did.
You know what I mean? That's the map I saw at E3 that no one else saw. And that's exactly what I thought.
Now we've all seen it.
I only saw it briefly when they were going over to the things, but you can now pause it on the screen and not try to remember it 3 weeks later.
But I mean, it looks like things were carved out in zones, but it looked like as they were scrolled, like it was one. It looked
one
like
continuous.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not there's anything against instance-based games, but the one open world makes it feel more.
Well, especially if you're farming, like free roam is obviously going to be crafting and farming and getting supplies or loot for whatever
different quests
you need
dynamic
to bring
events,
back. Yeah.
Very
cool. What's else is in the news, Jordan?
Oh, sorry.
You're just sitting there.
There's more of that.
That was kind of an abrupt end. We're done. Anthem's done. We're done.
The next big one, Elder Scrolls Elsweyr, which we kind of mentioned on. So new.
Before we move on,
yes,
there was one other thing they mentioned in the video that I got tingles for.
Yeah. Oh, what was that?
Where they basically said what you're going to be doing, and that is you go out, you come back, get gear, set up, you go out. That's the Monster Hunter formula.
That is Monster Hunter, yeah.
I think that's why they added dragons.
That's probably true. But that formula is so good. And it's interesting. They think they were very particular on all the phrases. Battle cry, massive end game, and then how they explained the
when they literally show your character come back, suit up, and go back out. To get more gear. Yeah,
and he was really casual.
They remove all the fluff, and like I said, I really think BioWare kind of has EA and BioWare have an advantage because they can sit back and see what everybody else has done, what they've done right, what they've done wrong, and just take it from Monster Hunter, what they've done right, from Destiny, what they've done right, and just combine it into this one from Warframe, what they've done right, and just combine it into this one awesome game. The hype is real, man.
I really hope that they have cats that make sushi meals and stuff.
Oh, and eat. And you gotta eat
in the middle.
I just wish I could use my thrust master in this game, which I might be able to. I mean, we're flying.
Well, it is the thrust master is basically an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
you could figure out a way to do it.
Throttle and lift up the latch and hit my missiles.
I think at one point I hooked up my Dance Dance Revolution to some like Morrowind on the original Xbox, and you can move around with your Dance Dance Revolution pad. You're not very good.
I will say one of my favorite parts of that trailer is kind of right towards the beginning when they're in the city, and all of a sudden, like this crew, this gang, they're like, "All right, let's go," and they all like flew out of the city. It just looked cool. Like they're going to a gang war.
Well, and how they like casually just moseyed on, then he skipped a little bit, and then they jump off.
Yeah.
It gave me like the Titanfall vibe, you know, at the beginning where you're
running out. Yeah,
just jump on in,
really cool.
just jump in.
Oh, Titanfall, another game they took some advice from too.
Yeah,
Really. Anyways,
Yeah.
very cool.
Elder Scrolls Elsweyr is the new next chapter
The
or
Khajiit.
expansion in ESO. Comes out in June, I believe right at the beginning of June. But this one is really cool because, check this out, and this is what I think they should do.
This is what you didn't want to talk about at first.
They,
I'm a little bit bitter still.
yeah.
About that.
I can tell. And
This
frankly, I'm just
expansion-
indifferent. I'm just a guy over here.
This expansion is obviously going to tell a new story, which dragons are in, which is
Yeah.
really cool. But the entire year of this year is going to follow this storyline. So the story actually starts. Is it next month? Anyway, with the first DLC, which is Dungeon DLC. Each quarter they're going to come out with something. So Dungeon DLC, expansion, which is Elsweyr, and then I think they do another Dungeon DLC and then a story DLC. But it's all going to follow one overarching story. And the reason I like this is because that's what makes an expansion feel progressive.
Yeah.
And that's like Warcraft does a really good job at this in some of their expansions. Like when a patch comes out, it continues that story. Like, all right, we're finally going to go fight such and such and kill him, and this and that, and then it continues. Like each patch is a continuation, and that's what they're doing this year. I think they should just follow that model.
Yeah, no,
I mean, yeah, if you want to come out with random stuff, that's cool here and there. But I mean, follow like
No, like I said,
progressive story.
from the launch, it had a little bit of a rough launch. Then they've just slowly made improvements all the way along, and it just makes me want to get back into it. I think this is the best MMO on consoles. I think this is probably one of the best MMOs, period. I mean, I think it's ESO. Maybe you put Final Fantasy 14 in there, and then WoW. But you said WoW's kind of going downhill anyways.
well, not a lot of people are happy. Well, I mean, there's
Blizzard's-
there's just frustration.
Blizzard's having some turmoil right now, so.
yeah. There's just some frustration.
But do you agree with that? ESO, I think, is top three MMOs.
Well, yeah, I think it's in the top 3.
That's at least in the discussion.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I think
it's looking so good.
I think there's the big guys, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely a top 3 or 4
Yeah.
that are always
Who do you put in front? ESO or Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Why? What did you like about?
Their raids.
Oh, they.
Given I
have
haven't done
raids.
any raids.
Does it have
in,
dragons?
Yeah,
Did they have
actually.
dragons?
There's actually a
Okay,
whole
then-
expansion
well.
Then it's got
dedicated to
nothing.
the.
Then it's got nothing
Jordan
on
just
ESO.
said, "Shut up, Mark." Yes, they do.
I was legitimately inquiring.
No, I know that.
They
was
have a
good.
class called a
Yeah.
Dragoon,
Ooh,
which is basically like a
dragon
guy
killer?
yeah.
it's basically from StarCraft as well.
Basically.
I was master.
No,
Dragoons.
it's really cool. So you're getting a whole new land, a whole new expansion. Think of like a Morrowind, Somerset type of expansion. But with this expansion or chapter, as they like to call it, you are getting a whole new character class, which means new characters.
Oh.
So you're getting a necromancer. Ooh, dirty.
And they're implementing a justice system with the
So
necromancer.
this is actually really cool. So necromancer, if you're not familiar with the dark arts, it's pretty dark.
It's raising bodies
it's raising
to
the
fight
dead,
for you.
blah blah blah, all that stuff. So necromancer,
You got to read Spellmonger. I know all about necromancers. From
necromancers are a little bit taboo, right?
They're taboo,
So in ESO, they're actually incorporating, like David said, a justice system where if you like raise dead bodies in the middle of town square, someone's gonna go tell a guard and be like, "That guy's raising dead bodies," and the guard's gonna come up and be like, "Dude,
stop it!
Stop.
Hey, stop!
yeah,
That's
They
my-
stop
they're-
you, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
yeah,
It's a
So-
Skyrim joke. in case-
Yeah, I know. I got it.
yeah."
I took an arrow to the knee.
Anyway, I just think that's a cool implementation. Like, it's fun for the lore. You know what I mean? Fun little gameplay mechanic
Yeah.
when you're playing as
The Skyrim crowd would appreciate that a lot
necromancer.
more.
They're also doing some new stuff in the Cyrodiil, which is the big world versus world PvP.
Yeah.
What they're doing is they're adding, I forget the name of the weapon, but they're adding this item, which is essentially a weapon, and you fight for it, and when you get it, you basically become
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it rivals kind of it gives you a set of perks and stuff like that, and in the stream they said it kind of rivals the Emperor's perks, so the Emperor's not like the one all B, you can kind of counter him now, and so, but I mean, who doesn't like getting a weapon, fighting to the death? Oh, I mean, you guys know World vs. World.
Yeah.
Hundreds and thousands of players, right? So
lots.
imagine being in the middle of that group, and then finally you get the weapon, and you just wreck house with all the little peons around you.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so
that's like the Thanos from Fortnite.
yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Just go and just destroy.
It's going to be awesome. But anyway, ESO coming out in June. They said there's going to be more to hear at E3. So the expansion is going to launch before E3 at the beginning of June, and then they're probably going to talk about the other DLCs continuing this storyline later in the year.
It looks really good.
EA, they actually canceled a Star Wars game this week.
The open world one.
Yeah, so apparently I mean, it's not, major news because I guess it's news, but apparently it wasn't too far into development and no one lost their job over it, so that's nice,
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess it was just,
There is
like when any game's canceled, not making traction.
There is another Star Wars game being made still. It's just not a big open world RPG Star Wars game.
There's the Respawn one by
Respawn, yeah.
The
That's
action
making
adventure.
It's like called The Last Jedi or something like that.
Fallen Jedi or
Fallen
something
Jedi.
like
The
that.
Last
what it
Jedi
is.
was the movie.
Yeah, Fallen Jedi. That's what it's called.
They're just making the movie.
They're just
Just
scene
repeating
by
it.
scene.
But the I don't know. They've been really tight-lipped about it. No one knows why it's been canceled, but it's been canceled. Eventually, we'll get another Star Wars open world game.
I think
don't
what
know
they
when.
should do, and I bet you this is it. The reason it's the Fallen Jedi, I bet you they somehow put Titans into it. Like he was going to become a Jedi, and then he was like, "No, I'm going to become a pilot instead."
Never mind.
And then you're just
then
a
it's
Titan.
basically just an Ace Combat 7 copycat.
Yeah.
While we
No,
use the Thrustmaster.
a pilot as in his Titan because Respawn's making it.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
that's right.
And then,
Okay, I connected the dots
yeah.
now. I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd like
then
that.
you have like a Titanfall Star Wars mashup, but really it's
And
just
they'd
like
call it
Titanfall
the
3.
ATTT.
The ATTT. The ATT.
The ATTT.
The ATTs.
So
Rated M for mature.
Master Chief Collection
Yeah.
gets a new update
Really
with
big
some
update.
big new features.
yeah, so as soon as the page loads. All right, so new patch for Master Chief Collection, which is really cool that they are like supporting it so heavily.
Yeah.
Because we actually go back and play it for our community play. I think it's actually the best game for a community.
It really
play.
is. It's
super
a
fun.
shame that they stumbled out of the gate, but boom, it's
They
hardcore awesome.
They did it. So,
They sure did it.
so Master Chief
Collection.
Collection update introduces
That sounded
a
so condescending.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's like the
Introduce-
collection. That's right, Jordan.
right.
Back to you.
It introduces a new modern aiming option. Lots of bug fixes, which is always good. I mean, fix them.
Yeah.
So, and then, which I'm more excited for.
What is it?
Most excited for more skulls for Combat
That's
Evolved.
right. More skulls for Combat Evolved.
So, who doesn't want more skulls?
Yeah, the new modern aiming option is basically, it'll make it more like Halo 4 and Halo 2 is what they're doing. It smooths out. It smooths it
4
out.
and
So when
2?
you go up, Halo 4 and Halo Anniversary 2 is they're saying.
Oh,
what makes it like
oh.
when you switch on the setting, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It just smooths out the aim assist basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Not as kind of a boxy
it's not like
look. It's
jerky.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, pretty cool.
If you don't
So,
like it, you can turn it off though.
yeah. They give you options. They're all about the people.
They give you options.
Oh no, I dropped a paper.
There you go.
The
I'm
Division
saying
2.
I'm
never
a lot.
mind.
Oh,
Jordan, you're struggling today, man.
I know. I don't know
What's going on?
I'm really excited to
You
fly.
had a tough
a
week.
jet.
Work was busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Division 2. Private server.
Beta.
Beta. It's coming.
What's going on, David?
It's coming.
You're struggling today.
Sorry, I don't know.
Private beta starts in February, and I don't know if you guys listened to Major Nelson's interview with the guys over at the Division 2.
I did not. What'd they say?
They basically made Dark Zone awesome.
Oh, that's right. There's all kinds of changes coming to
Well,
Dark
Yeah.
Zone.
did you see like the trailer and everything, like the 10-minute whatever that they were? Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
So did you see that there's not only one Dark Zone? There's
there
not
are-
only 2 Dark Zones.
Yeah?
There's
3.
3 Dark Zones. All of them have different biomes. They basically talked about one is like very laney for sniper. Like they all feel very different, right? There's different essential. I mean, how would you explain it? Tiers of Dark Zone. They have like
Yeah.
kind of the hardcore Dark Zone players,
So yeah, they have Dark Zone where they normalize all the gear, which
is like a kind of a more balanced PvP.
yeah. So your bullets do just as much damage as some random person's bullets.
So casual. That's a casual Dark
I mean,
Zone,
Dark
or
Zone
just a
isn't
different?
necessarily casual in its very nature, but it at least balances so people have a chance.
Sure.
Because one of the big complaints
If
of the
you're
last
new.
one was
Oh, you just get trolled.
you can put as many rounds into somebody as you want, but if they have the gear that way outreaches you, you're not gonna even have a chance, right? So the normalization is for beginners or just if you want to not have that be a thing.
Sure.
However, they do have it to where you can not have normalization and have that, which is all the hardcore guys that are
They want
let's
to
be honest,
be,
they want to be rewarded for all the time
And
that they
they're
put in.
min-maxing. They're spending all their
They're
time min-maxing.
min-maxing trying to get the gear, and there is Dark Zone for that too, which I think is a great way to balance
Do it,
the
yeah.
casual and not so casual kind of gamers that are out there.
Yep. They also talked about PvE in the Dark Zone, making like landmarks more like better, essentially,
Yeah.
right? So when you go to a landmark, or I would assume like an extraction point, it's more of a. What I got the vibe, it was kind of more of like a dynamic event almost. You know, not necessarily everybody coming together, but filtering people to an event, and then you got that. Oh no, we're fighting a boss, and we got players coming this way. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
but.
Well, and so they have new things where you can, if I understood it correctly, you can secure a drop, and then over time that drop can go to you, right? That's one of the events. However, you can steal the drop if they leave and go on to do other things. You can come and steal their drop or undo their drop, and if you so do that, there's 3 tiers of bad guy that you can become in Dark Zone. That one was Dishonored, what was it? Dishonored Rogue.
Well, they talked about Rogue. They have a whole new Rogue system.
Yeah,
that's gonna work.
If you do that, you get basically 1 star. That the cops are after you.
Sure. It's a bounty.
If you kill a person, you get another star, and then they have the final tier, Manhunt Rogue, where if you're killing lots of random people, then you are Manhunt Rogue, and then you have like a big bright star over your whole on the map, and people can come after you and get rewarded for killing you because you've been doing your bad business to everybody. It's kind of interesting.
So in your opinion, based on what was shown, is this what Dark Zone needed?
Disavowed. Thank you. That was the word. Disavowed. Pokerfrat. Thank you, sir.
Is this what Dark Zone needed to bring it to where we always wanted it to be in the first?
Well, it's
division?
definitely the next step. Like
It's
definitely
in the
an
right
upgrade.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing they're doing is there's actually, when you first get introduced to Dark Zone, they didn't do this in the first one, but you're going to get introduced to Dark Zone,
Sure.
and it's going to be in your own private instance.
Yeah.
The reason they're doing that is basically teaching you how to play Dark Zone, the different modes of Dark Zone, and to give you a chance to at least explore Dark Zone first before jumping in with other players.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then you get the
getting
idea of
rocked.
maps and stuff like that. Yeah.
I definitely think it's in the right direction. After playing Escape from Tarkov,
Yeah.
I'm curious on that game in the beta has been around for like 2 years, something like that. So that style of game's been around for a while. I really like the hardcore. It would basically be a hardcore mode. What you bring, if you lose it, and someone else can loot that. I think that makes the Dark Zone, especially at like the hardcore levels, I think that makes it super interesting.
Well, because it's high risk, but it's high reward.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how the Division 2 is doing it, but I would like to see something like that. Maybe not all the modes, obviously. In the normalization mode, you don't get, people can just enjoy it. But there's something that is just exciting about, I'm going in and I could lose everything, but I could take a lot of crap.
and making the choice of what to bring with you because there's a chance that you could lose it.
You could lose it, yeah.
Do I bring my best gun? Because I could rock people, but I could also lose it.
I have 3 best guns now. Might as well bring it just to see what else I can get, right? So it's I don't know if they're doing that or not, but
the Dark Zone in concept has always had a ton of potential. It was just never fully realized.
Mm-hmm.
And so all these things that they're adding to it is definitely in the right direction for sure.
Very cool. So, and the beta is coming out in February, which is next month. So be sure to check it out. Now, this last news story, I actually just noticed this today. I was going through look at all the games that are coming out in the first 3 months of this year. There is nothing but heavy hitters.
Yeah, this is like the November,
This
December
is insane.
year.
So I want to go through them. So check this out. This is January, February, and March. All the games we get. I don't have enough money, man.
I know.
I don't know what I'm
especially if
gonna
we're
do.
buying the Thrustmaster.
Yeah, and we just got, which is not on this list. You also got Ace Combat 5, right? So let's just start out with that.
It's
seven, which is awesome, right?
You're two behind.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We
Let's
also
be condescending to him. You stupid.
Just stupid.
January gives us two major
like
big
Jordan.
boys.
January.
We have Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh, has anybody played the demo? I keep meaning to play
30
the
minutes.
demo. 30-minute demo. I hear it's amazing. Everybody is raving about it.
Well, it looks awesome.
Have you watched?
They're
people
using
play it?
the Resident Evil 7 engine. And Resident
Everybody
Evil 7
says
is awesome.
it retains the feel. It's just modern. It's a modern version. Feels completely up to date.
Yeah.
But it still retains that feel that Resident Evil 2 had.
It looks awesome. And it comes out
I gotta get into it.
just
I gotta
shortly.
put that in my notes to-do list.
Okay.
So the
There's
next
a pen
heavy
over there.
The next heavy hitter, which comes out on the same day, Kingdom Hearts 3. Another
Boom.
big one.
Huge.
So David actually might get into it. He said, I was playing Kingdom Hearts last night.
I was
and Jordan,
watching
he
it,
was
and
like,
it
wow,
does.
that looks fun.
I mean, I think it's always looked fun. I just thought I'll skip it because I don't really know the story. So I'm not.
Those characters are intense.
What I don't know.
It's awesome.
What I don't know, I'm missing. I'm really not missing. You know.
Merlin's eyes were like bugging out on
Yin
me.
said.
That's his name?
Yeah, Yin said.
Yin's-
What did you hear my little fun fact?
yeah.
It's actually Disney spelled backwards. Yeah, Yin said.
He was looking into my soul. I
Dude,
was
he's
scared.
Dude, there's a Keyblade War coming, man. He's stressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got Kingdom Hearts 3 also in January. Then you jump to February. Metro Exodus. I'm getting this one.
Metro
I'm
Exodus.
really excited for this one.
So
I think
yeah.
this looks really fun.
So this was originally, as of last week, on my this is the game that I'm getting. This and then Black Desert Online in March. Because I really like the single player first person
First shooter,
shooters
yeah,
that
that
they've been doing
Wolfenstein
lately.
story,
So
yeah.
Metro is just right up my alley. However, on the same
On the
launch
same day, you have Anthem in February as
and
well.
that video looks so good.
And I actually did take the whole weekend off of work for Anthem, so I'll
Whoa.
probably get Anthem. So.
You also got Crackdown,
and then
ready for this?
and then in February as well, you got Crackdown 3.
So Crackdown has been in beta mode for
The last
players.
10 years, I think.
No, but I don't know if it's been in beta or,
okay,
they've been giving review copies. Regardless, they've been showing press it, and all of the press that have had a chance to play it says it's awesome. So that's super exciting. A new multiplayer.
So February,
Oof.
you got Metro Exodus, Anthem, and Crackdown. Ouch. That's a big month. And then you move on to March, and it doesn't slow down. The Division 2 on March. And then a big one. There's actually a cool little
Black
story
Desert
about
Online
this.
might not be big, but it's mine.
Shadows Die Twice. This is the new one from Software.
Yeah,
So Mark, this will be
Sekiro.
the one that you're looking at.
Yeah.
What's cool about this one is they actually had a little story this week talking about how they want to be a little bit more narrative driven. They
Yeah.
want to kind of talk. They want to they
This
want to
will-
tell their story a little bit differently, and in doing so, your main character is actually going to have voice lines.
Your protagonist
So, which is really
actually
cool.
has it.
They've never done that before.
No, they never. Well, and the thing is the story was still super really good. In Dark Souls, right?
Well,
it was just
yeah,
so
but-
interesting.
Yeah, and how they introduced all the bad guys and everything,
Yeah.
like the bad guys,
Yeah,
the
so
bosses.
this,
yeah.
so that's gonna be cool. So that's in March, and then you also have Devil May Cry 5 in March too. Which I mean,
If
have
you
you
like-
guys seen that game? I mean, you guys
If you
were there
like
live.
rock and roll and demons and heavy metal, that's the game you're gonna enjoy.
Well, I didn't you guys? I wish I was there in the hall with you at E3, but didn't the crowd just freak out when that?
Oh,
game
yeah,
came? I mean,
yeah.
And then didn't you just freak out too? Because like you were just
Because we were in the moment.
you're just like, and you come on, that's not a bad combo. Rock and roll,
No,
heavy metal,
and demons and big swords.
What else do you need? Flames.
And
Just
it's
add
got-
flames. Oh, wow.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heavy AAA titles in just the first 3 months
Yeah,
of
that's
this
awesome.
year.
So, Cowsnap wrote in and said February and March is almost feeling like early November with all the releases. We all know the big players, but are there any hidden gems you've seen that pique your interest? There is one that is. They haven't announced an official date for me, but it has announced that it's from Paradox Interactive, and they've announced that it's first quarter of 2019, which would put us in between now and March.
Ish, yeah.
And that's Stellaris.
Oh,
that's
that's right,
one that
yeah.
I'm really. I have it on the PC. I really want to get it on the Xbox, and I could really get behind.
Would you count this one? Because technically, Black Desert comes out in March.
Yeah, Black
and I
Desert's
feel
out in
like it
March.
might be a little. I mean, look at these names here. I mean, it might be a little
It
overshadowed.
definitely
'cause
doesn't
it's not-
have
you
the
know what
hype,
I mean?
and it's definitely going to be a niche. It's a niche.
Yeah, so I mean,
game.
I'm still really excited to play that one, and we have it, because
Yeah.
you pre-ordered it. So
Yeah. Anything stand out to you, Spicy? That's not on on this list.
Sorry, guys. There was another big one that I didn't mention. You got Overkill's The Walking Dead, the new Walking Dead game coming out, I believe, in March as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, Jump Force. That's coming out in
Beta.
February.
Jump Force.
Dude, see that? There's so many.
Yeah.
And actually, the beta for Jump Force is going on, I believe, right now.
If there is anybody out there that has a lot of money,
Far
head
Cry
over
New
to-
Dawn, February 15th.
feel free to donate to us so we can play these games full time.
I think with Far Cry New Dawn, not to say that I don't think it's going to be good.
Someone needs to
But-
go to work for me. I need to play all these games.
With Far Cry New Dawn, it really, really reminds me of Rage 2, right? And I think
Sure.
I'm leaning more towards Rage 2
Yeah, no, I
than
agree.
I am Far Cry
I almost
New Dawn.
think it was a mistake for Far Cry. Well, okay, I can't say that because we'll see when the game comes out. Far Cry has
maybe I'll
always
end
been
up getting
really
it,
well.
right?
But it does seem like it's trying to be Rage 2, and who knows, they probably didn't even see each other when they were making the game, and they're not copying each other.
They Fortnited it.
But Rage 2
I don't know.
just looks so good. Like, that's the game.
Yeah.
If you're going to be Rage 2 light, I'm just waiting for Rage 2. So I
Yeah.
hope that's not what Far Cry is.
Well, and with all the other games I'm getting, I might have to drop that one for Rage 2 just because.
Dead or Alive 6 is also coming out. Oh,
Yeah.
There's so
So
much, man.
many.
Trials Rising is coming. I mean, there's a lot, actually.
Remember when you got told to leave?
I got kicked out of the E3
Because you were
booth
playing
because
Trials Rising,
because
so-
I was like playing it for like 30 minutes.
That was a really nice guy, though. He politely. He was like, "Hey,
You know
good
what?
job, man. It's a
you
tough
suck.
one."
Get out of here. Thanks.
are all these games dropping so early indication that we're getting a new console announcement at? Because if you're a developer,
Well, I mean, if you look at these games, they've all, I think, been in development for 5 years plus.
Oh.
So, I mean, I think
we
it's
have
just
the
time.
veteran Crackdown.
Yeah, I mean,
That
I think
is,
it's.
like, I think it was.
I honestly think it's
supposed
just
to-
time.
OG. It was on the OG Xbox announcement stage. Xbox One stage.
I really think Kingdom Hearts is over. It was announced that it was in development 6 years ago, and everybody's wanted it probably 4 years before that. So I mean, I think these just. I just don't think they can push it out any longer.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's my thought. Because if you're a game, you don't want to come out, you don't want to release after a new system has been announced.
It could work. It worked with Zelda.
It also worked with Grand Theft Auto 5.
I mean, if you're good, you're good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but Zelda was a little bit different because Nintendo went in an entirely different direction, and most people just waited for just got it on the Switch anyways. This is, I feel like we'll get an E3 announcement and then everything comes out. Although, having said that, there's no more new consoles in the respect that now all the old games don't work. So the games are still going to work on the next
Well, at least
consoles.
that's how Microsoft. Old games will now. There might be new consoles that have more power that can only play newer games, but all your old games will still come with you.
Can only. Oh yeah, like
You know
the
what I
new
mean?
power.
The new power
games only
can unlock
utilize that new
this.
power. Yeah, yeah.
And maybe it's just like the PC. Well, no, never mind. Well, I mean that is like the PC. I mean, some games you need beefier PC stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, that's, you can
Jump
just
in.
keep dragging that sentence on for as
Just
long as you
slow-
want.
just when you can't think of what to say, just slow down and lots of pauses.
I don't know.
Wait for someone to take over. Do you know what's interesting? Mortal Kombat is April, right?
Yeah.
April 23rd.
Just after that,
Just after it.
And then I will have to keep going back to this question. Life is Strange Episode 2.
Oh, that's
Is it
your underdog
episode
game.
1 on Game Pass?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah. If you want to get your inner
Inner teenage emo girl,
hipster
hipster emo girl.
going on. It's actually a really good game.
I think I want to.
Yeah, it's a
I've always
good
wanted
game.
to be a teenage girl. Now I can.
No, you can. So this one, I actually didn't know about this until about a week ago. Did you ever play Toe Jam and Earl?
I never did,
recognize
no,
the
but I
name.
know it. Yeah.
From Forever Ago. I love that game. I used to play that with my friend when I was a kid. They're coming out with Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove. In
Yeah, a
March.
sequel.
A
That's
s-
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it. It looks kind of different, but I'm a huge fan of the original series, and I would like to play that. That's a hidden gem too. For those of you that have played Toe Jam and Earl back in the old school days, I think it was the Sega. If I'm remembering right,
Toe Jam and
Toe
Earl
was on the
was
Sega
Sega, yeah.
Genesis. So and that's my list. There's lots. There's
There
lots.
is a lot.
and
Thank
lots
you
and
very
lots.
much, Cow Snap, for writing in. Great question. So wait, I said Stellaris. You said a couple games. Toe Jam and Earl. Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Stranger Things season 3.
Stranger Things
looks
season 3.
great. Yeah.
No, not Stranger Things. Life is Strange.
That's the same thing, basically.
And Jordan, what
In
game
a way,
did you
it kinda
say?
is.
I was talking about Black Desert because I think it's going
Black
to get
Desert.
overshadowed.
Well, and
but
Jump
it's
Force.
a fun one.
Oh,
Jump
Jump
Force. Yeah, Jump Force.
That game does.
But that's another
Trials.
big one, man. Remember we played it.
Trials is one too. That game's addicting. Those puzzle. It's basically a puzzle game
Yeah.
with disguised as motorcycle racing.
It's a puzzle. It's a technical puzzle game.
Yeah.
Because you have to be good on those wiggle joysticks.
The wiggle
Like
joysticks.
The Wigglers.
You
Tell
have
you what,
to with that Viper bike.
Dude, I'll just use my Thrustmaster.
Yeah.
F it.
Could you use the You
F it.
probably
I'm using
could.
my Thrustmaster. I'm just
There's
going,
That's probably cheating.
and I'm just going like this. I just take it, the joystick's in the middle, and I just go right.
There's no limit to the Thrustmaster.
The
You're like-
Thrustmaster has no limit.
with the joystick. Oh my gosh! For those of you listening,
drooling.
you don't know what I just
I'm
did.
did you see? Can we pull this trailer up too, so that Mixer can see it? Did you guys watch the Mortal Kombat 11 reveal?
Yeah, it was really graphic.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, it was
the
that made me
kills.
giggle.
I was just like, there's one part where the dude is
I
bent
just-
over, and I don't remember who is it. Scorpion? It might have been Scorpion.
Scorpion and Raiden are fighting at first.
The dude is like bent over, and he stabs 2 knives in his eyes, and then punches him up.
And
There was
then-
like, oh my
and
goodness!
Then, and then who knew?
Whoa!
New mechanic, knife boots, apparently.
Yeah.
Do you want to look at the Fatality trailer, or what trailer you want to watch?
Just gameplay. Just go gameplay.
The reveal trailer is pretty much a fatality trailer.
Yeah, have you? But the battle, they keep upping
Do
their
the
game.
reveal trailer, 'cause
Mortal
that-
Kombat
yeah.
11 keeps upping its game, and it is amazing.
Dude, I dig their logo. The
I'm really
MK
excited.
with the
So
long-
I'm not up to date with the story in Mortal Kombat, and this actually made me want to go back
So they
and do all
revamped
the
it.
single player story. Yeah,
So remember the one that came out on the 360 right before? I think it was right before or right after the first Injustice. That was kind of the revamp, and then the Mortal Kombat X continued that story.
So
and
that's
then
the
I'm assuming this
gameplay.
will
We
be-
don't want to do the gameplay, right? Because that's actually them fighting. Do you want to watch the
no,
fighting?
there's a gameplay trailer that's not like them on stage.
Well,
though.
right there, 5th one down. That one.
yeah,
that's the reveal trailer where
Here
he
we go.
beats the whole.
Oh my goodness, their moves look so
Like
good.
it's disgusting, but when you get a fatality in that game, you feel like a good guy.
yeah.
If you're listening to this, just go look up the Mortal Kombat 11 trailer. It looks so good. One thing that's really interesting, like look at that.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I've
That's
seen
a
this like
scorpion
15
just flying
times.
through the air and stabs Raiden
Well, 'cause
in the
it's-
chest with a samurai sword.
I'm telling you, Dark Raiden is like, or Raiden, just Raiden's character is awesome.
I do like the concept of the story. We're playing with time.
Yeah,
like you're going
yeah.
back and
No,
forth
it's-
in time. I love those types of stories.
It's really good. If I don't know if the 360 one is on back compatibility, but that's where they revamped it. Mortal Kombat 9 is where they said F it. They took out all the old story and they started new, right?
So and is
And then
is every Mortal Kombat in their single player campaign a continuation from the last one since then?
I don't know how about I don't know about like previous that, but starting with 9, they revamped it. 10 continues the story.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming 11's gonna go on from there.
Take it to the next one.
My wife is in chat. She's saying, "Oh dear,
Oh, yeah,
this trailer is not PG."
This is very violent. But Mortal Kombat,
What
it's
it's doing
gritty.
to him.
The fighting is insane. It looks so good.
yeah.
So this is the gameplay trailer though. This isn't the one where they show like actual gameplay.
Do you want to see that one?
Yeah, actual gameplay.
Well, and he's about to take out his whole upper
No, this
body.
is like the story version of it. But the pre-order special, the special edition of pre-order. Have you seen that, Jordan?
No.
You get a scorpion mask
That's cool.
for your desk. It's
Scorpion
like this
is my
big.
favorite character to play.
let
Some
me-
say because he's a troll, others say because he's cool. But actually, me playing a Scorpion got Mark really good at the game.
He really
okay.
did. Yeah, because he would always do those cheesy teleport moves over and over and over. And
Was
got
it like me playing as Superman?
Yeah.
It
in
was,
Justice
yeah,
League?
and it got me
just-
good.
I just laser beam you.
It got me decent.
Well, you won you won our Mortal Kombat tournament. Or no, you
no,
got
I
Well,
took
I
second.
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I made it to the top, but I'm not going to compete with somebody.
who goes
Was
the-
it? I think it might have.
he goes the competition.
Well,
it B-Boy? Who
that
was
was
it?
so
No, it
funny
was-
when you beat him the first round. He's like, okay, let me play with my right hand.
yeah, she chose
yeah,
it.
here's
Okay.
here's the
So,
gameplay.
This is Garrus. He's a new character. We're watching Garrus gameplay right now. He's super fascinating because he is the one that deals with time. He can reverse himself, and he's basically
Tracer?
Prince of Persia.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
as a Mortal Kombat character. Super interesting to watch him fight. If it does, is this what I'm thinking of? I don't know. It's really good though. I mean, I'm
Anyways,
really excited.
Regardless, it does look good. But seriously, it made me want to go back and play the trailer. My wife is a huge fan of Mortal Kombat, surprisingly enough. So I think I might go back with her, and this might be a date night.
Ooh. Oh yeah,
That's our date night right there. Stomping on crotches. Oh man. Oh dude, the moves are so good.
That's so
Look
cool.
at that.
He has blue blood because
And her move. Oh.
Yeah, Scarlet. Because Scarlet's like,
him.
yeah,
she's dead.
She's Leonidas.
Leonidas too.
Oh man.
That does it for the news segment. Let's take us to the next. This brings us to the last segment of our show.
Give me a sec because I'm on other screens. Here we go.
Oh, there it is. This is the question segment. This is the mailbag segment. This is where we answer your questions. If you want to submit a question, you can do so each and every week over on Patreon. Just go subscribe to us on patreon.com/positive gaming and gain access to the mailbag. We appreciate the support. 2019 is a big year for us. We're really excited and can't wait for what the year holds. Monstro writes in and says, "Hey guys, simple question. After playing such
I like that name.
Monstro?
Monstro. Yeah. After playing such a time-consuming game like Red Dead Redemption 2 and getting so immersed in it, how hard is it for you to let go and move to a different game when the bar was raised so high? Great to be part of this community and wish you guys the best." Great question, Monstro. Actually, I was just at the Barber Blake's, before the show.
Oh, very nice.
And we were actually having this discussion. He was telling me that he played that game and he's tried to move on to other games. He beat it. He's trying to move on and he's having a hard time. He's in a slump because of it. So he's gone to a safety blanket, which is Minecraft, where he doesn't have to think. He just loses himself in putting blocks on the ground and stacking them and building them. And that's a good way to do it. Myself, I've not yet moved on.
Yeah.
Instead, excuse me, I'm staying in the world for as long as I can until, and I'm mapping out what game I'm moving on to next. But I'm trying to 100% this game.
Yeah.
But it is true. It's hard after you're into such a big game that you love. Sometimes it is hard to move on. But I would say Barbara Blake's advice, or what Barbara Blake did, was probably the smartest. Move on to a game that you know you'll enjoy. That doesn't take a lot of thought. It's just fun. You know, just to kind of to get you back into the world of other games. Big Spicy, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say switch gears entirely. So what I did, because Red Dead, I mean, I was in the same boat. Awesome game. I need other games. What do? I heard that this game was really good, and so I started playing it this week because it was on Games with Gold this month. Celeste.
Oh, yeah. How are you liking it?
Very different game than Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's a
completely different genre.
Yeah, just switch gears and you won't notice the jolt in quality because it's a completely different genre, right?
Yeah.
Puzzle platformer. Very good game. Extremely good. It reminds me a lot of Super Meat Boy in its technicality. It's very smooth. Remember that Pancho Villa? Not Pancho Villa.
Guacamole?
Pancho
Villa.
Pancho Villa.
Guacamole.
Guacamole, where it's a platformer, but you also have the increasing abilities as you continuously go on. This is the same way, right? But it's ramping up in difficulty. I'm to chapter 3 at this point, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's very, very good.
But very different.
Then Red Dead, Then the previous game we were playing, Red Dead Redemption 2, right? So it's so different that you don't notice any decrease in anything because it's a good game.
So it's a mistake to go from a Red Dead Redemption 2 to a Witcher 3, probably.
Yeah, I would say because the game I was playing before Red Dead was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, right?
Similar open world,
but Red Dead just
the highlight is not the characters. The highlight of that game is not the story. Although those things are all very good, the highlight is the world.
It would be a jolt to try to get back into that more arcadey kind of style of game. But if you hit the reverse button and then turn left and then right, and just go to a completely different genre like I did, I didn't even notice a difference, and I'm really enjoying that game a lot.
That's great advice.
Yeah,
really good advice. Jordan, you have anything to add to that? Anything you'd do different?
No.
Okay.
No,
I think that's good advice. Just go to a whole different genre. And if you think about it, that's basically what Barbara Blake was saying. He went from Red Dead Redemption to Minecraft, right? Like that's it's just a completely different style. It's a completely different genre game.
Celeste is good though. You guys should play it. I don't know if it's your cup of tea though. It's hard.
Guacamelee 2 just came out. Just fun fact.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned it.
That's a good.
When we
build
the studio, so guys, and in fact, stay tuned because we're gonna have a video revealing parts of the studio for everybody. So stay tuned for that. But when we build the studio, we have a couch section with a web camera, controllers, mics, all set up there, and a big TV, so we can do couch casts because those are good times.
Those were so much
and
fun.
Guacamelee, I think, is the highlight.
Some of the
couch casts.
Best highlights of our show has been couch casts.
Oh, they're so good. So stay tuned for that. Monstro, thank you. Great question. Thank you very much for writing in. CDR Tuvok says, for this new studio, this may have been mentioned in prior podcasts, but where will it be located? Are you guys building it in one of your basements or somewhere else? CDR Tuvok, great question. We are actually building it in an undisclosed location deep underneath the earth.
That's right, my basement.
Called Mr. McSpicy's basement. So Mr. McSpicy has a huge unfinished basement, and there's this space that's just perfect. And we have exact measurements and a model actually that we've put together.
I've done some designs and everything, but yeah. So this is right here. You're in my office in my house. It would be below us and that way, and it looks like a pretty good. It's the perfect space for us.
Yeah. So stay tuned. There's going to be an update video coming soon on that, and we'll show off some of the things we've designed for it. But great question. If you want to support us in getting a studio, so the reason we want to go to a studio is we now have shows like the Gamer Daily News. We've got the XoneBros, but we want to be able to sit down and just hit record and have a place to just focus on creating awesome content for you guys. And we've got a lot of new stuff coming, so the studio is going to be glorious. But if you want to support us, patreon.com/positive gaming is where you can support us and help us get to a studio. Last but not least, T-Bomb Rocks writes in and says, what game or games are you looking forward to this year but are worried it won't live up to your personal hype? He says, for me, it's Bloodstained Curse of the Moon because Castlevania Symphony of the Night is my all-time favorite game. I feel there's no way it will meet my God-level hype.
I mean, well, you talked about Anthem.
Anthem would be it for me. Just in that, like, it's showy and flashy, and it looks like it has depth. But if it doesn't have depth, or if it does that depth incorrectly, the carrot on the stick incorrectly, because these games are all about that carrot on the stick. If it does it incorrectly and it's underwhelming, that will be a little bit of a disappointment, just because of how good it looks right now. So for me, Anthem is probably there for me. Jordan, how about you? Anything that you don't think will meet your hype, the hype meter?
Well,
maybe Rage as well, but no. See, I just have that much faith in Bethesda.
Yeah,
Rage looks so good.
Bethesda and is it id Tech or I don't know. Yeah, that's a good engine.
That is a good engine. Yeah.
So no, I think I agree with you on Anthem.
What about? Are you worried at all about Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Really?
No, man.
Really? Wow.
It's going to surpass everything.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that is bold.
No, they know what they're doing over there, man.
Really?
They know what they're doing.
Wow.
I've never been disappointed in a Kingdom Hearts game.
Wow, not
Never.
even an
not
ounce
even
of
close.
worry.
No. Did you guys see that trailer I showed you the other day?
I did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
I had no idea what was going on. Seemed pretty kinky too.
But it was cool.
No, man, this is the Kingdom Hearts. They're finally it's the conclusion of this part of the saga, right? And I say this part of the saga because they mentioned something to where they might do other stuff.
You have no... So, see, I was even worried about Red Dead. Like, can it surpass the first one? This is a huge bar to hit. Look at what they do with Grand Theft Auto 5. You have no worries.
No worries, man. I think it's going to do everything
Glass
I want
half
it to
empty,
do.
glass half full.
Whoa.
So,
whoa.
No, because
I'm just thirsty.
Dude, they're going to... No, they're going to answer all the questions. They're tying up all the loose ends. Dude, this is 7 games in the making.
Yeah.
This is game number
8. So what if
8.
the conclusion sucks? What if the gameplay is great, but then the end of the story and you're like, that's what I waited 7 years for?
You're basically trying to crush his dreams.
No,
do you realize that?
I'm just
but the
asking
thing
him.
is, like,
he's not even considered that it could be bad.
No, it can't. It physically can't, man.
And you're trying to... Well, that's funny.
No,
he should
like,
prepare himself.
What if it sucks? Just what if? It sucks.
No, like think of a movie. What's a movie that was like
But the
Star
thing
Wars.
is,
awesome. Oh,
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Wow, you don't even hesitate on that
Star
one.
Wars.
the thing is even if the answer isn't what I want, at least it's an answer. Like, it's gonna end. It's
Beast for 20 says, what if the end it was all just Mickey's dream?
That would be hilarious. He just wakes up. Oh,
He wakes up and then he plays his PlayStation and it's Final Fantasy that he's playing.
yeah.
And that's why he had the dream.
No, man, I have
That would be so funny.
I have no worries about that game.
They lost it. Like,
Okay. I'll
they're
give
in
you
purgatory.
I'll give you another one that I'm worried about. Cyberpunk And I'm worried about it because they've showed off this like really in-depth interactive world, but Rockstar has since raised the bar so high with their world creation.
They talked about that.
I worry that Cyberpunk can't meet that. Or doesn't meet that.
They talked about that.
Not that they can't. I believe they can.
Did you see they made a statement about
What did
that.
they say?
They basically said, "Hey man, this game is really they basically said how much fun Red Dead Redemption is and how it did basically they praised it like they're good at what they do,
yeah.
And they said this is what makes us good at what we like basically said this makes us strive to be good at what we do.
Their magic or Rockstar's Magic Johnson, they're Larry Bird, and they're just watching each other's stats, making one another better.
Well, they basically came out and said, like, look, we played the game.
Without Magic, there'd be no Larry.
Yeah.
Without Larry, there'd be no Magic.
Some 80s pop culture
Yeah.
NBA
Think about it.
reference.
What other open world could rival GTA 5? I mean, Witcher 3.
Do you think
Could, right?
Do you
Could.
think which do you think
Could
was
be in the
superior?
discussion.
World. Just looking at world, not looking at story. Just world.
So just world?
I think Grand Theft Auto 5 beats Witcher 3 slightly.
Well, what do you mean by world? Like
I think
setting, people,
I think
like
David just likes prostitutes.
you do
that's what
I
know
was a little
you
disappointed there was none in Red Dead Redemption. And there kind of is, but it's a bath, which is a service.
Well, there's that one.
Although I
weird,
try to get
there's
through the
that,
door.
If you got hammered with your friend and you
Oh,
walked
yeah.
in on those people,
Oh, yeah.
there's that.
Yeah, that's
people.
true.
That
There's
was a funny
That was a
part
fun
of the show or part of the
And
game.
then you pee. They had.
Yeah,
no
maybe
lids
I'd
back
give
then.
it to Witcher, actually. Maybe Witcher. I don't know. I'll tell you where the scenes that I love in Witcher, the parts of the world were the battle scenes where a battle had just happened, like it was eerie, really cool stuff.
Well, I mean, the quests in Witcher were the best.
Best
I mean,
side
to
quests.
this
Yeah,
day,
that's true.
to this day, nothing can touch the quest.
I mean, you didn't even
Yeah.
do the main story. You still progressed half the world.
I thought I was doing the main story.
Oh, can I have a solution for that. So in Red Dead Redemption, I was a little bit angry because if you skip certain stranger missions or Easter egg quests, you'll miss them. Like someone will be alive at one moment that has this really cool situation that happens, but if you move on to the next chapter and come back, you've missed it for forever because you've plowed through, this person's now dead, or it just doesn't happen anymore. And the reason that I plowed through is because I wanted to get through to be able to talk about the game, the main story.
You gotta
And
replay it.
And I know what the main story missions are. I think in an open world game to solve that, you'd make it so I don't know what of those missions on my map are the main mission.
You're basically
It's
just
random.
living your life.
Yeah. That way, I'm just randomly picking, like, okay, there's something up here I have to do. Let me just go do it. And I don't know what it is. And that way, I'm completing stuff randomly, but I'm not just plowing through the
What
main
if
story.
your randomness took you through only the main story?
Then you'd be one lucky. I mean, that'd be go buy a lottery ticket. All right, don't you think that's a way? Because
that basically makes it. That makes it way more sandboxy. Like, hey, we created this world for you. Do it.
However, when such a long game with such a long story, would that be frustrating?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so
'Cause
maybe that's
honestly,
why-
I really enjoyed the main story.
Though, I mean, we're not that smart. These people that make these games are geniuses,
Yeah.
and I'm sure they've thought of this and maybe tested it, and perhaps it just creates anger.
I think the two best open world developers are CD Projekt Red and Rockstar.
Yeah.
And that gives credit to CD Projekt Red because their first open world game was Witcher 3. The other Witchers were linear.
Yeah.
Ish. You know,
No,
they had
that's
to
true.
kind of, you know,
Yeah, it
so,
was,
I mean, give
well,
credit
Witcher 2
to 'em.
definitely was linear. Freaky RO says, or you can have it like Risen, where there are no marker maps for missions. You got to figure it all out on your own.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is. Although you would no longer get such a huge world because there'd
Yeah.
be no way you could do it in the huge world. So Cyberpunk is one that I'm a little bit worried about on hype, just because
I don't know.
I
think
believe in them.
I think you can. I think you can do it in an open world like that.
Could you?
Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey started doing this when they had that option to turn it off.
Yeah, they say go north.
Yeah, and then I mean, it was still not as much as I thought it was going to be, that mechanic. But let's say we have an open world and you need to go in a certain direction. You just talk to somebody and they'll be like, "Oh, you're trying to get to there? Yeah, it's 3 blocks this way," and you can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Odyssey attempted to have a version of that. I wish it was even more than it was, but
Interesting.
I thought that was one of the coolest features you could.
McSpicy, so Jordan, not worried about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Not
which
even
is
close.
wild. Are you worried? Any game that you think you personally are hyped for that might not meet your personal hype this year?
I don't know. I just like games. I don't know. I have no idea.
Are you guys going to play Kingdom Hearts 3?
here's the deal. I want to play the other ones, but you told me basically I can't.
7 games.
I know.
And each
Given-
one is what,
in,
like
like, in 2
60
weeks.
hours?
Well, technically,
Plus
it's
the 2
actually
weeks.
no, it's 7 games plus a movie plus
You can
Yeah.
do a movie easy. I can do a movie.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like just a long cinematic.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
2 of the games though are just cutscenes.
Then how are
what?
they? How are they games?
So
Telltale.
no, so 2 of the games.
That's how they're games.
No, but in Telltale, I'm still moving my character around. It's not all.
Are
it's
you
not
though?
all
I mean,
cutscene.
you are. But Batman has to waddle around.
No, 2 of the games. One of them is 358 over 7 or by 7. Anyway, it was on the Nintendo DS,
Okay.
and because of the gameplay mechanics, they couldn't really transfer it properly over to a console. So they basically just tell you the story step by step in like cutscenes and stuff like that. Same with one of the smartphone versions of the game that they had. They just tell you the story of it. So actually, it's very relaxing. You beat a game, you kind of sit back and
Relax, enjoy the show.
eat a burrito.
I don't know. I don't have that concern because I really don't buy games unless I know that they're. I mean, the last time I was disappointed.
Well, we're all buying Thrustmasters.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, you know
Maybe-
what? What if the Thrustmaster let me down?
that would be
Okay, that's my new one.
The Thrustmaster can never let you down.
We should try using the Thrustmaster for
The Thrustmaster
every game.
never lets you down.
the Thrustmaster.
That
It's
should
in-
be like
it's
Try it in
the title.
Forza. It'd be like driving an
Put that
RC
as a
car.
T-shirt.
It'd be like driving an RC
Thrustmaster
car.
never
The
lets you down.
Thrustmaster never lets you
The
down.
Thrustmaster never lets you down. I would kind of wish my gamer tag was Thrustmaster now.
Yeah, I know. Thrustmaster
well.
69.
How old are we? T-Bomb Rocks, great question. Thank you very much for writing in. That does us
That's
for the show. It's another show down out of the gate. What do you guys any plans for this week? I'm going to be doing Ace.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
There's a GIF in chat. I'm going to be doing Ace Combat 7 this week, and I might fire up some Elite Dangerous, baby,
with the
Yeah.
Thrustmaster.
with the
With
Thrustmaster.
the TM.
You want to know the most appealing part of it? I just picture in my mind all day, like, you know, when in Elite Dangerous, when you're in a space station and you like go up and then just moving my throttle forward,
Slowly moving it
Slowly-
forward.
Your thrust.
Slowly thrusting.
Slowly
Yeah.
thrusting.
slowly thrusting.
I gotcha.
And then just zipping out of that space station with complete
You know
control.
what I love about Elite Dangerous? The fact that you have to ask permission to land. And when you forget, because you inevitably
get blown up.
forget every time, like, it's going to happen. You're going to forget to request
I mean,
permission.
if you think
They
about that,
shoot you down.
if you think about that game, it's not really complicated.
You just have to land the plane.
This is what the game consists of: fly, mine, or fight.
Now you can land on planets.
You can land and mine. And that's it.
But you feel like
It's the
you're in
immersion
space.
factor.
Yeah.
They did it right, and it's so good. Oh, Freaky RO.
He's on a roll.
He's on a roll with gifts tonight.
man.
Celeste, you're going to keep playing. How does Celeste compare? Because it was up for Game of the Year. Should it have been up for Game of the Year in your opinion?
Ooh, deep
So
question.
that's a really good question. I want to play it more. I'm only in chapter 3. I don't know how long it goes, but it's very good at what it does. Should it be in the running with Red Dead and
God of War?
God of War. I'm not sure yet.
Or even Spider-Man. Spider-Man was on that list as well.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's an indie game, but it's a good indie game.
Yeah.
You know,
As good as, like, what was the Dead
Super
Cells?
Better
than Dead Cells?
It's comparable to Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a little different in the fact that it's kind of like a rogue.
Sure.
You know, you can replay everything over and over. This is you're progressing throughout the game. It's good. Should it be on that list? I'm not entirely certain yet. At this point, I would say no. Should it be on that list? But I haven't finished it, and I want it to be on that list because I'm enjoying it.
They
I'm
should
really
do.
enjoying it.
Because it's really hard to compare indie games to like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
They should do
Yeah.
best indie game of the year and that's best game
Yeah.
of the year.
Well, I
you know?
think they have that, and I think that
They
I think
have an
Celeste
indie game
won.
category, but Game of the Year is like overall. game.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
What's the lowest budgeted game? I would wonder that has been considered like
Probably
Game of the
Celeste.
Year?
Asteroids.
No, that has like one Game of the Year.
Asteroids.
Well, and granted,
Well, they didn't have.
Granted, these awards have only been around recently, so we don't have a lot of history to
I
go
would
off of.
put Celeste on that. I would put Stardew Valley is up there as one of the best indie games. Super Meat Boy is up there. as far as the best indie. I mean, there's a lot of indie games that are very
Minecraft
good.
was an indie game at one point.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. It's good. You guys should get it just to play it. It's right up. It's one of my favorite genres.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. It's
Yeah.
free if you have Game Pass. Or no, it's not on Game Pass. It's Games with Gold.
Games with Gold.
Yeah, it's this month. So it's free. It's entirely free if you have Xbox Live.
Don't even need to pay for Game
Pass. Yeah.
But you got to pay for Xbox Live.
Well, that's a shame. No, it's good. I'm going to be playing that this week. Next week, I'll give you a better idea of it if it should be on that list, because right now it's really good.
Jordan, what are you up to? You're prepping for Kingdom Hearts. Will you continue to prep for Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I've been jumping in the forums,
Yeah.
jumping in the YouTube.
Now, you
theories.
streamed on Tuesday or on Thursday. Are you going to stream this week on Tuesday and Thursday?
Yeah, probably. I mean, why not?
Well,
I mean,
that's
I had the stomach flu on Tuesday, and that's why I wasn't.
Oh,
there.
yeah, that's
It was
right.
pretty nasty.
Nasty.
So and then last night we played Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
and we
it
had a
looks
lot.
good,
We had a
man.
lot of good
You almost
discussion.
You almost converted me.
Yeah, it was a really fun game. Basically, I think I'm gonna play. I do want to try and I eventually want 100% Red Dead Redemption, and I think that's gonna be a goal. I mean, I think with Grand Theft Auto, I kind of did it like slowly throughout the year.
Yeah.
but I think I'm gonna.
There's
just,
a lot there. There's way
No,
more
there's a
here
lot.
than there ever was in
No,
the
yeah,
first Red Dead
there's a
Redemption.
lot. So I'm always gonna go back to Red Dead Redemption just because it's fun. But I think I'm gonna kind of play some Ace Combat 7. Lead me into Kingdom Hearts 3
With your Thrustmaster.
with my Thrustmaster.
Yes.
I don't have a Thrustmaster.
That
Are you going to get one?
Probably not.
Well, what if
Can
you borrow?
I use it for Kingdom Hearts 3?
You could try. I mean, the
But it is
Keyblade-
David's
Yeah, it's
Thrustmaster.
my Thrustmaster, man.
It may not feel as comfy
Yeah,
as if you
as
were to
your
get
own.
your own.
This is true. This is true. Let's take us out of here. Hey, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this week. If you haven't, again, please go check out Gamer Daily News. Really think that you guys will enjoy it. If you have checked it out, but you haven't yet left us a review or subscribe to us on iTunes, please go over and do that. That really helps us. And please do that for this show. The best way to help us, or one of the best ways to help us, is just tell your friends about this show. Also, rate and review us on iTunes. Thank you very much, guys. We love hanging out. We love spending time with you. Appreciate it. Have a great gaming week. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
And we're back. Thank you very much, guys. That was a blast. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you very much for all of the sparks. We appreciate it.
You guys hit us hard.
And embers.
And embers. We had quite a few embers.
Is he still here?
NK Woa, I don't know. I can't see.
I can't tell.
I cannot tell.
He was here earlier. He gave us some ember. We had a lot of ember. We had everybody.
Yeah, so.
Everybody. And I saw the Polka Warlord was...
Welcome, Polka Warlord. Well, that's a cool name, by the way.
I think he or she, I don't know your gender, I apologize. The Toe Jam and Earl, were you into that? Because once I started talking about Toe Jam and Earl, I saw them pop in chat.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody, though. Appreciate it.
Earl.
Appreciate the embers, the sparks, the whole shot. It's been another good show. Oh, there's a thing. Thrustmaster King.
Talking about
Hey.
All right, what now?
We got to do the Patreon. We'll do the Patreon thing. Hey, guys, we also got our bonus show that we have to do. We're going to actually be doing that. It's going to be releasing this week.
Ooh.
So
This week?
for our Patreon,
Well, is it going to be... Well,
it'll actually release tomorrow.
That's technically this week.
That's
the
this
last
week.
possible...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't had a chance to check out our stuff,
Our
Thrustmasters, the Thrustmaster
We
show.
haven't checked out our Thrustmaster.
Have you noticed we get on a topic and we just don't let go?
Well, you never let go to the Thrustmaster. Have you?
Can you?
It's
Is it
terrifying.
impossible?
That thing is terrifying.
Oh, anyways, thank you very much, guys. It's always such a blast hanging out with everybody here. We appreciate the support. Thank you for being here. We're going to let you go now with our Patreon.
We're going to do the credits. The first slides you'll see are the VIP producers. These are those that pay $20 or more on Patreon. Following the actual credits. So special thank you to our producers.
Yeah, now if you've become a producer or a credit Patreon, we got to get names for the credit Patreon. In the last, since January has started, your credits will go on at the end of this month. So we always do it the first of the month. We adjust things. So stay tuned. Don't worry. We haven't forgot about you. But we do it once a month because it's a lot of work to do those producer credits. So, hey, thank you very much, Viper, my man, with the sparks. Appreciate
200,000. Booyah,
the 200Ks, the 200s. How often?
How often will the producer credits change? Honestly, it depends on my mood. And if you don't like your slide, obviously I'll change it. But some of those are so cool.
Yeah, which one's Fitzy's?
Does Fitzy want to change? Fitzy, I think he's one of the Scorpion ones. So he would be the Scorpion, and that one's awesome. Where he's got
Fitzy's cool and the flame,
get over here thing.
So cool.
Yeah, just message me on Discord if you want to change anybody who's out there.
Anyone out there in
but
radio
I'd prefer to keep you on what you are if you will like it, because it's less work for me. But because those are cool, I'm telling you, I'm going to make some cool ones. But if you like it, whenever you're ready for a change, I guess depends on my mood. That's the answer.
I mean, you're the producer.
Who? Yeah, you are or me? What?
I mean, the producer's the producer.
Yeah. So you're saying that they're
in charge.
Oh man. Okay, put me to work.
Anyways,
awesome.
Hey guys, thank you very much. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Oh, don't forget we have tomorrow. I'll be streaming in the morning, but until in between streams, we do our podcast marathon. It's all the podcasts, so stay tuned, hang out, have fun. It's cool taking a look back. Some of the stuff we talk about, it's interesting.
To say the least.
Yeah, to say the least.
Well, today we talked about toilets.
Toilets, the size of a toilet, and the Thrustmaster.
Yeah.
Which do go hand in hand. All right, here's our Patreon credits. Have a good one. We'll see you guys later.